Hello, I'm Eric Snodgrass, and thank you for watching today's Ag Forecast for South America, brought to you by Nutrien Ag Solutions. Well, overall, our narrative hasn't changed too much here as we work our way toward the end of April. The first map here, again, shows you the April 1st, now through the 25th, on satellite dry precipitation, and those drought-stricken areas continue to show up. Where do they extend from? Well, parts of southern Mato Grosso, through Mato Grosso do Sul, and then really here into Paraná. That's been the area we've been watching most carefully. But it is important to note that parts of Brazil's eastern growing areas, from Tocantins into Bahia, which is here, over to Minas Gerais, very dry conditions throughout the month of April. We've seen most of this region having rainfall less than 2 inches. It's been wetter in Argentina, right here through the main ag district, with some of the big thunderstorms, especially we saw about a week ago. But overall, the question will remain, what's going on with the end of the monsoon? Are we going to return moisture to the very, very dry regions down here in southern Brazil? And overall, what does this mean as this second crop goes towards its finish? Well, I'm going to show you the next week's worth of rainfall first. This is from the European model, and very strong signals here to keep things dry throughout much of Brazil, southern Brazil, and Argentina, including Paraguay and Uruguay. So very dry week coming up into this area. Now, we do notice that the model after May 3rd wants to bring a front through parts of Argentina, cutting into Uruguay, getting into Rio Grande do Sul, which is here, and eventually by May 5th, possibly spread that rainfall into parts of Paraná. This has been our driest state. Now, is it bringing in widely scattered storms and showers? Probably. But the question is, are the models trending wetter in this area? And what does it fully look like in the ensemble? Let's answer both of those questions. First, let's just go back one model run ago, back to the 12Z run from Sunday. At that point, you can see that as I stretch this all the way out to day 10, the front tends to stall here in Rio Grande do Sul, keeping this whole region over on the drier side of things as we get out there past the first several days of the month of May. So then we go to the other piece of this, which is what's going on with the ensemble. And again, the ensemble really wants to keep the wettest conditions south of that line. We've been struggling with drought in Mato Grosso do Sul, southern Mato Grosso, and then also down here in Paraná. And at this point, knowing that possibly some places in Paraná may have gone the entire month of April and now the first 5 or 6 days of May without precipitation, even if the rains do return to that area, is it going to be something that revives the crop? Certainly Argentina favors above average precipitation here, but we now start to see this corridor drying out. And a lot of that has to do with the progression of the MJO coming out of phase 8 over the next 4 days and then cutting here at the beginning of May. The model's been very clear about doing that, returning it eventually over what we call the maritime continent area, which would be Indonesia, north of Australia. And that means if the MJO goes into this phase, these phases, that would mean for the month of May, drier conditions for much of Brazil. And we know that we need to extend the wet season to help the Safrinha crop. If it doesn't do that, it could continue to put pressure on that crop. And so latest data here from the European, this was released on Friday, looks like this through the month of May. So we can almost see that dividing line and the wetter conditions kind of moving back in this direction. Now this region right in through here showing up drier, there is a significant part of the Safrinha crop in there. Again, a lot of that is a corn crop that is looking to shape up for dry for the month of May as well. Again, that is on the opposite side of what we would want to see to have a better Safrinha crop in this area for our South American growers. So overall, we're going to have to watch this carefully because it continues to kind of just erode the top end of this crop, looking at these longer range forecasts here. And again, most dominant teleconnection right now is the MJO, and we're going to watch that play out as we finish April and start the month of May here. So just want to add some perspective about South America. We'll keep you updated. Another update coming out on Thursday. Thank you so much.